before the Thursday night football
Mhm.
game. We're going to try to give 3 to 5 maybe solid picks that we're going to be putting our money on, but we're going to start off in this week 2, guys. It's week 2 already.
I got so if you kept up with us last week, I have our records here actually.
Yeah, so tell everyone our records.
So Guru Griff, he had 3 NFL plays and 3 college plays. If you tailed, you went 3-3. He got the Niners first half -4.5. That was easy money.
Easy.
Vikings could have won it. Didn't. It would have come from a push if they would have won a field goal. Didn't do it. And the Titans sold. Team total was an L, but he got the dub. College football was better. He got South Carolina -1.5. They win on a game-winning field goal. Buffalo sold.
Buffalo sold.
That was an L. But he got the outright dog in Iowa, 4.5. Loved it. And then for me, if you told me Panthers -4.5, if you got it at 3.5, that was easy. You won by the hook.
Yeah.
If you jumped on the line when we said Niners -7.5, you got the hook, got the win by the hook. But if you took the Packers, you got ringed. And then my leans, the Raiders money line cashed and the Broncos money line cashed.
So I went 3-3. What did you go on your picks?
I went in my official picks 2-1. If you count the leans, 4-1.
Okay. And guys, remember, the goal in sports betting is to be literally 55% or 60. The goal is to be 100%. Don't get me wrong, but in reality, you're going to lose.
Happen.
It's not going to happen. You're going to lose. To be in the 55 or 60% range. That's where you really thrive. So we're going to start off week 2. We're going to keep the show moving, guys. The show's going to be smooth and it's going to be moving. We're starting off with week 2, Thursday night football. The Giants are headed down to Washington to battle Tyler Heineke's Washington football team.
Yeah. So I haven't looked into this game yet, but I have my mindset is fade bad teams with bad offensive lines. Saquon's still on the pitch count.
Yep.
Washington played an okay game against the Chargers. Their defense gave up more yards. They gave up like over 400 yards, but they're playing Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen. The Chargers are going to have a nice offense. They're going to get yards.
Yep.
In modern-day NFL football, I don't look at yardage to determine if you're a great defense or not. It's more about your red zone defense. And Washington they were a few plays away from that game being a different game, honestly. But I told you last week, I told everyone Daniel Jones will turn the ball over at some point. What does he do against the Broncos? He turns the ball over, but I don't like that offensive line. I think this is going to be an ugly game. The over-under is 40.5. If anything, I don't know what I'd play. I would lean under here as far as the total. I think it's just going to be if Washington wins, I see them winning like 20-10 or 13, like nothing
low scoring
nothing
game.
else.
And I got the line that there's some threes out there. There's some 3.5s.
It's 3 on FanDuel. If you're using FanDuel,
okay. Some 3s and 3.5s are floating. But like you said, I like to fade teams that go on the road and they don't have a lot of rest, and that is the Giants. The Giants are going to Washington. Washington is on a short week. They already played at home last week, I believe, against the Chargers.
Yep.
So they're coming on a short week. This is Thursday night football. I look at some key factors. Who's got the better defense, guys? It's Washington. Washington's got the better defense by a mile. Who's got the better offensive line? In Guru Griff's opinion, I think it's Washington. I think Washington has a better offensive line. Now, if you go with the offensive weapons on the outside, you could say the Giants, you could say Saquon, but Gibson's not a bozo either. It's all about the quarterback play for the Guru, and you got Tyler Heinicke versus Daniel Jones, and I'm not a Daniel Jones guy. Guys, I'm just not a Daniel Jones backer. Like King Cheesy said last week, he's going to find a way to turn the ball over. I see low point scoring in this game. Threes are generous. You know what I mean? Usually home teams get 3 points. If it's 3, I don't mind if you take Washington. Anything under, I might take as well. But the lean early this week is Washington.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm with you on that. And like I said, I lean under. I'm gonna be a big under guy. I lean under points.
Okay,
that's it. So we'll go to Las Vegas versus Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. The line opened at 6.5. I'm pretty sure it's back down to 5.5.
Yeah, it's 5.5,
Pittsburgh's the
6.5
favorite.
floating around.
Um, Las Vegas just got that crazy emotional, like high stakes Monday night football game that they should have, like, we were talking about it last night. We were just going back and forth from a few texts. Like, they had so many opportunities to run away with that game or like take over that game, and they didn't. And they still found a way to win. And it's the Raiders' first. Raiders like just tend to play good in the beginning of the year, but short week. I lean the Steelers here. Honestly, the Steelers pass rush is going to be incredible. That offensive line got banged up last night. Denzel Good, I think is his name, got hurt. I don't know if he'll be able to play. TJ Watt, dude, unbelievable. Then you got Cam Hayward and you got Melvin Ingram. That Pittsburgh's defense is good. Pittsburgh's offense is so mediocre, but I just think that their defense is so dominant. And at home, first home game for the Steelers, I think they win by a touchdown easily.
I'm backing you right now. The Raiders are on that Monday Night Football high, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming up on a short week. They're heading to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's opening week at home. Mike Tomlin's a better coach than John Gruden, guys. It's just a fact. Mike Tomlin is a better coach than John Gruden. He's going to have these boys ready. And like Cheesy said, TJ Watt is an absolute freak of nature. TJ Watt was all over the Bills and Josh Allen this past week. Like you said, the boys from the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, I agree, offense is mediocre. You know what I mean? But I could see 21 points on this because guess what, guys? The Raiders secondary is cheeks. I'm telling you right now, the Raiders secondary is cheeks, and for Big Ben to have a coming out game against this defense, I feel like they are going to have a coming out game. I think the offensive line needs a little bit of work. Najee Harris, I think, gets his first touchdown, but I agree 100%. I could see the Steelers winning this by a touchdown.
Yep, I like it. Did you win your fantasy, by the way? I forgot to ask you.
I won.
Did you win?
I have like 3 or 4, but I won on 1 and lost 3.
Okay. I won mine because none of our players that we had played on Monday night, so I won by 20 points. Comfortable win, and that's with Aaron Rodgers giving me 1 point. By the way,
Aaron
Saquon giving me 2. So, real quick before we jump into this next game, I benched Saquon. I might look to trade him, and I put David Montgomery in. He looks so good to me. So I got him, and then I put Dak. Dak's going to put up numbers this year.
Yes.
He's going to be like Tony Romo, Matt Ryan for like a couple of years. Some of the best fantasy quarterbacks. They're always going to put up numbers. So,
yep.
Now this one intrigues me, Guru, because I know where the public's going, and I like fading the public. So this is the Bears-Bengals, first home game for the Bears. Okay, the line's 3, like you said. Most home teams get 3. -3 for the Bears is plus 100, so plus money right now. I know America's going to be on the Bengals. They're going to look at that Sunday night football game. But the Bengals' offense line's still bad. Joe Burrow still was kind of running for his life week 1 against the Vikings. You still got Khalil Mack and stuff like that. So I'm a fade America right here. And I would take the Bears -3. I don't know if it will end up, being one of my official picks, but I lean the Bears -3 here. I like them at home. First home game, Chicago's going to be rocking. When you look back and watch that Rams game, they didn't play bad. Like, Andy Dalton didn't look bad. It's just the defense, like, they played a stellar offense, and the defense just, kind of gave up at this. But, the Bears, if they had any kind of offense, they would have scored. But this game, I like the Bears at home. I think David Montgomery's going to have a good game. And I think Andy Dalton versus his old team. I like those narratives. So I lean Bears here, believe it or not, even though the Bengals are a great covering team.
I agree with you. This is a revenge game for Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, going to play his old team, the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like the Bengals are riding that Vikings high, and they are not going to come into this game well prepared. I think the Bears' defense got punched in the mouth by the Rams, and they can't let that happen. I'll tell you right now, if the Bengals punch the Bears in the mouth and beat them, it's over for the Bears. Write your season off. If the Bengals come into your building and beat you outright, I'm not talking about covering, I'm not talking about the spreads right now, but if they beat you outright, Bears, tank the season. season. You're garbage. You're garbage. But I agree with you. The defense needs to play better. I think Montgomery's going to have himself a game. I think Andy Dalton's going to have himself a game. I'm leaning more towards the 3, and I bet this 3 goes down to 2.5. It might be one.
If it's 2.5, I'd love it.
Yeah. It might be one of my official plays, but right now I'm leaning Bears to lean against the Bengals.
And if you don't like the points, you could get a -152 on the money line.
That's
lay a little bit more juice, but that's not bad. This line's huge. Texans versus Browns is 12.5, and the Texans did not look bad.
They did not.
Granted, they played, Urban Meyer, who's probably going to leave after week 2 to go to USC. But this line's big. But however, Cleveland, I didn't realize how explosive and dominant Cleveland's offense is. Like, they put up some numbers against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs, we know the Chiefs don't really have a great defense. The Chiefs defense is more like a momentum defense. So if one of their defensive ends gets like a big time sack, that's when the defense really starts clicking or whatever. But their defense is, average at best. But I like Cleveland in this game. I do. I don't like laying this many points, but sometimes you have to take the chalk here, and there's just no way I could justify taking the Texans 12.5 and them getting beat by 28. I just can't do it.
I could see it too. So you're leaning towards Browns?
Yes, even that's my lean. This will not be official play. I will stay away from this game.
I will definitely stay away from this. Yeah. But I mean, the Browns are coming in hot. They just got. They should have beat the Chiefs, guys. The Browns should have beat the Chiefs. The defense.
They covered.
No, they did cover.
That.
The Browns.
We talked about it on the show. Yeah. We were both leaning Browns.
The Browns covered, guys. Myles Garrett is going to have himself a game. If there's any props where he has over 1.5 sacks, hammer the 1.5 sacks. Myles Garrett will have an absolute game against the Texans. Tyrod Taylor's going to be running for his life. I'm not sitting here saying the Browns are going to shut out Tyrod Taylor and the Texans. I think the Texans are going to put up maybe 14 points. I just think that Browns offense is going to be so explosive. Maybe Odell Beckham comes back. Chubb's pissed that he fumbled. Hunt's mad. They're all mad. That offensive line is going to be moving and grooving. I could see the Browns put up 28, maybe even 35 points on the Texans. Give me 35 to 14. The Browns, Myles Garrett's coming for blood this week, guys. I lean Browns.
I could see the Browns jumping out like kind of like the Niners last week. Early. I could see them jumping out early, and that's when you get worried at the backdoor cover. But I'm going to check the first half line first real quick, see what that looks like.
Okay. But
it's 7.
It's 7?
Yeah.
That's even a little weird. You know what I mean? If it was 6.5, I might take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns are coming for heads on Sunday, guys. The Browns are coming for heads.
They are.
It's their opening. It's their opening game, I think, at the Browns, I believe, at the Dog Pound.
Yeah, it is. I think the Browns are going to put a 40-piece on them. Honestly,
they could. I think they're going to be pissed. I think Baker's going to be pissed that he threw that last pick. I lean Browns 12.5, but if that number creeps up to 13.5, and 14, I'm staying away.
No. This one right here, Rams, Colts.
Great.
Colts are 4-point. Colts are a 4-point dog at home. Let's hear your thoughts on this game.
The Rams at Colts. The Colts. Is it in LA or at the Colts?
No, it's at the Colts.
Okay,
that's why I said they're a 4-point dog at home.
Okay.
Home puppy.
So the Colts are +4 right now. I'm leaning towards Rams, guys. That defensive front is going to be hellacious. If the Seahawks defense gave Carson Wentz and that offense problems, just think what the Rams defense is going to be. Matthew Stafford's still in primetime shape. Cooper Kupp. Dude, Cooper Kupp is the truth, guys. If you haven't been on the Cooper Kupp train, jump on it while you can. Woods is going to be popping. That defense is going to be popping. I could easily see a 28-17 game, even a 28-21 game. The Rams are going to put up points this year, guys. I could see a 28-21, 28-17. And guess what? If you have the -4, that is a cover, baby. Give me the Rams -4 on the road.
I told Guru Griff that I liked Cooper Kupp to score on Sunday. And your boy hit a little nice same game parlay on Sunday.
That was nice. That was nice.
That was good. That was good. It was fun. It was Cooper Kupp to score, Robert Woods to score, Montgomery and Stafford 275 plus yards passing. Robert Woods was not getting targeted at all.
Nope.
And then he snags one basically at the end of the game when the Rams really don't need to score.
Yeah, no, it was garbage time scored. But hey, that still counts.
Hey, so Rams Colts, I love everything you're saying. Like the Colts offensive line struggled against the Seahawks defensive line. What do you think with the Rams? Jalen Ramsey. No one talked about Jalen Ramsey is looking like Jamal Adams as far as he's all over the field. I think he's a better ball player than Jamal Adams, but he was all over the field. That dude's a dog. He's going to have an amazing year. And the Rams, this is one of these games where I hate taking all favorites, but I lean the Rams even on the road just because it's like it's more of a prove it to me game for the Colts. Like, because the Colts, they do have a brutal schedule. So this is why I could see the Colts. Week 2's hard because we don't want to overreact, We don't want to overreact. But it wouldn't shock me if the Colts came out and, upsetted them. Maybe on a game-winning field goal, it's a close game, they get a turnover because the Colts defense is solid. Colts defense is really solid. My boy Lewandowski scored again. That's a hit. I just won that bet. But
3-0.
It's like I said, I'm with you. I have to take the Rams at the -4 on the road. That's a lean right there. Like I said, none of these are official plays yet. We're just kind of going over the slate. One thing we didn't talk about, I'll say this real quick. You don't have to bet every single game. Just saying. Yep. Next game. Hey, I love this one. You know where I'm going here. Buffalo at Miami. 3.5. 3.5 point.
Tell them why you're going with the Dolphins.
3.5 point dog at home. At home. 3.5 point dog. Miami's first home game. I think there's some excitement down in the 305 now that the Dolphins are doing well, because sure as hell the Hurricanes ain't doing shit.
They're garbage, bro.
But I like the Dolphins, man. That Dolphins defense just finds a way to make big plays at the end of the game. Like in games, I know it's not going to be sustainable for long, but they just find ways to make the plays. And I like the spread here, 3.5, because Buffalo beats us by 3. You cover by the hook. I do think Buffalo comes out and will play a little bit better. But we saw what the Steelers did with like a mediocre offense, and we're still able to, beat the Bills. The Dolphins defense is not as good as the Steelers defense, but it's still good defense. If they can keep this game close, because our offense is kind of mediocre, I could easily see us covering, like Buffalo get a late field goal to win it. So I like a home dog here. The Dolphins, like I said, this is a lean. It's also a homer pick.
Worst thing to happen to the Dolphins was the Browns losing to the Steelers in Week 1. It's going to make them more hungry in Week 2. They realize, oh snap, we're going to have to win this division. Yes, the Bills. If they would have beat the Steelers in Week 1 and routed them, maybe they come into Miami a little lackadaisical. Maybe they come into Miami a little soft. But I think you're going to get the best Bills. Dude, Josh Allen got embarrassed. That offense got embarrassed. And I'm sorry that the Steelers defense, the Dolphins defense is not good. Is not as good as the Steelers front. Yeah. I think Josh Allen goes in there with a vengeance. I'm looking at more of a 28-21 game. The Bills get the job done, like you said. I could see why the Dolphins are you're back in the Dolphins, like you said. You're a homer, and you said you said some good points. But I think the Dolphins might be on a little cloud 9 right there from beating the Patriots.
Yes, they never beat New England at New England. You got to worry about that.
Yep.
But Bill Belichick, this is crazy. He's 1-3 against the Dolphins his last 4.
Dude, he I don't know what it is about the Dolphins. They have the Patriots number right now.
This is the thing. B-Flow finds a way to win games. Like, I'm telling you, like, I have never been so proud to be a Dolphins fan, because, like, every game this year that we play, other than Tampa Bay, really. I'm like, I think we have a chance every game. Like, it's not like years past. I'm like, oh, here's another drubbing. We're a little tune-up game. We're like an NFL tune-up game. The Dolphins got some respect. They had, I like this Dolphins squad. I like the coach, and these players believe. I think Tua will have a little bit better game because I'm not sold on the Bills' defense that much, really. But I agree. You made good points. The Bills have to make a statement here because if they go down, they go 0-2 in the division, and Miami goes 2-0 with 2 wins against divisional opponents. It's going to be tough,
But Cheesy, tell the people what the last time Brian Flores faced the Bills. What was the score?
They got dog walked.
Dog walked, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
was in
I'm
Buffalo.
going with the Buffalo Bills. I hear all the Dolphins chatter. It's not a bad pick, but my lean is Buffalo, and don't let this line get to 2.5. Do not let this line get to 2.5.
No, if it gets to 2.5. If it gets to 2.5, don't take it. If it 3.5, I like it 3.5. Like I said, because Bills can kick a field goal, win by 3. You win by the hook. This next game, I love this one. I think this will be an official play. I love it. I know they're on the road, but I love it. Patriots 5.5 against the Jets. This Jets team is not good. It's not good.
And I think this Jets team is not good. You're correct.
It's not good. And Bill Belichick, he's probably over there like, hey, we should have freaking won this game. They did stuff that the Patriots normally they don't do. Penalties and turnovers. You're going to see a way much cleaner game. I think this is going to be a blowout, even though it's on the road. 5.5. Give me New England. I think Mac Daddy throws for about 2 or 3 tutties. And New England's defense is good. New England's defense is better than the Panthers' defense. And so I think Zach Wilson struggles at home in his home debut. Give me the Patriots, 5.5. Love it.
I'm with you. The Patriots defense is going to come for blood. That guys, we learned something that we already knew. The Jets offensive line is hot garbage. The Jets scored 16
They lost their best
points.
tackle too.
They lost one. But yeah, the Patriots, their defense is going to be coming for heads. That offensive line is hot garbage. Mac and cheese is going to be coming for heads. I got all the scores down. So I got my predictions. I have the Patriots 28, Jets 17, covering that 5.5, baby. I love
it. I like that pick too. That's a great pick. We don't have to even move on. Now this game is intriguing. It is right here. 49ers open up as a 3.5 point favorite on the road against the Eagles. The Eagles look good against the Falcons. The 49ers had that dominant half, and then they basically gave up and almost let the Lions come back. I don't have a side on this game yet. I don't like the number 3.5 on the road. If it was 3, I would love it. But I don't like the number 3.5. Mostert's out for the year. That's confirmed, but they still will be deep at running back. This Eagles team looks like they have some fight. I think if anything, this might be an under game for me. I would say under.
What's the over-under? What's the line?
50.5.
50? My prediction, I don't know, man. My prediction has that over.
Do you have it like being a high-scoring affair? Jalen Hurts impressed me and stuff like that, but he's playing a better defense against the 49ers. The Falcons' defense, their secondary was 32nd coming into the year.
Yeah.
This is going to be – I think it's going to be a close game. I lean – if I had to pick a side right now, I lean the Niners because I do think the Niners are a better team, but that 3.5, I don't like that number.
3.5 is a terrible number, guys. Everyone knows 3.5, 7.5. Those numbers are not good for sports bettors. I have this game. I predicted it as a 31-24. 49ers get the job done. High scoring game. If that line is 50, that over under, I like the over.
That cashes.
That cashes because I think the 49ers are going to come out like they did last week against the Lions. They're going to come out hot on offense. Maybe put up 24 points early. Maybe the Eagles put up 10, and then the 49ers score a late touchdown, and then the Eagles come back and storm for some more points. I got the 49ers 31-24. That is also a cover on the -3.5 if that score hits. But I agree with you. the Eagles are kind of a wonder team right now. You know what I mean? Are they pretenders or are they contenders? Because beating the Falcons, guys, is not super impressive. But doing it 34-6, not giving up a touchdown, that is impressive. We'll see what the 49ers are made of.
Yeah, we will. I think this is definitely a tougher task for the Niners than last week. That game and NFL games, even we saw it last night. The Ravens probably honestly should have covered, and then that game was wild. I can't get over it.
That game was wild.
That game was nuts.
Yeah.
And what was funny is, like, I texted you, I said, this game is boring as heck. And then out of nowhere, it just became wild.
Second half was something to watch, boys.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, I'm telling you, Guru, this sounds crazy. I have another dog that I like, and they're at home. Panthers Saints 3.5. I will tell you why. I think, the Saints had a big win against the Packers. Big win. Huge win for sure. I think this will be a little bit of a letdown game for the Saints. The Saints are historically, are known to always kind of split their first two games or go 0-2. So I'm looking at trends at stuff like that too. But this Panthers team is going to be competitive. You got McCaffrey. As long as you got McCaffrey and he's healthy, I think you have a chance. And it's 3.5, so it's another. I like the Saints could win this game by a field goal. You cover by the hook. When I like taking the hook for a dog, I don't like for a favorite, and so I lean the Panthers. This won't be a pick, but I lean the Panthers. Got to take some dogs again. Week 2, who knows?
No, I agree. And the dog was the king in week 1, guys. I think 9 outright dogs won on week 1. So dogs.
And I think they were 12-4 against the spread too.
No, it was a great dog week 4, week 1. Let's talk about the Panthers, or let's talk about the Saints. The Saints are having COVID problems right now. Who knows who's going to play?
That's another reason.
Yep. Who knows who's going to play? That line's going to be up and down. If you can get it at 3.5, get it at 3.5. But because when it comes to 3, that's when people like the 3.5 for the home dog, especially. But like you said, Christian McCaffrey, Moore, Robbie Anderson. Those guys are playing well. I think I can see them putting up points. I have the Saints taking a little bit of back step, but this is definitely a stay away from me right now at this moment. Yeah. I want to know who's going to play, but the Panthers are a live dog. Yeah.
So I like the dog. Like I said, and like we said, we're going to trim it down. That probably won't be official pick. There's 2 official picks I know for sure I'm going to lock in. This is my favorite pick of the board. Okay, I love this. I will tell you why. Teddy 2 gloves.
Bridgewater.
Listen to this stat right here. He is 37-14 against the spread as a starter, the best in NFL history.
Ooh.
Best mark. He's a whopping, I think, 23-3 against the spread on the road. I got logged back in from FanDuel. I was, freaking
what line is it at? Because 5.5 or 6, it was floating around that line.
I will tell you here, it's 6.
6.
And here's another thing. I love it. So we'll do the trends. Teddy 2 gloves, one of the best, quarterbacks against the spread, especially on the road. I love me some Teddy. He's not going to make mistake, guys. He's not going to make mistakes. Trevor Lawrence, that offensive line, not good.
Buns.
Not good. And you got Bradley Chubb and Von Miller for your second game. I know it's your first home game. Urban Meyer's already 1 foot out the door to USC. I love the Broncos -6. And I will go ahead and say it. This will be my lock. This will be my lock of the whole week. I love this play. Teddy 2 gloves. I know they lost Judy, but they still got Hamler. They still got Sutton. They still got Fant. They still got Gordon. And that defense, 6-point dog. 6 points on the road. I know it's on the road, but they covered on the road last week with ease. Give me the Broncos and Teddy 2 gloves again. Love this play.
I love the play as well. I'm not going to make it an official play because I'm going to wait for Thursday especially.
This is my first official play for sure. I
But
love it.
like you said, it's like the game last week, guys. It really is. I can see the Jags putting up maybe 10 or 14 points, 17 points max, 17 points max on this defense. But guys, the Jags defense is hot garbage. And like you said, I know the injury with Jerry Jeudy, but the Broncos have good offensive weapons. The run game is good. The offensive line is good. Teddy Bridgewater is going to put the ball where it needs to be. 24 points. I can see 24, 28, 31 points. The Jags defense is terrible. I don't see a backdoor cover here. I do like the -6. I would even play it at -6.5. At 7 and 7.5, if it gets that high, which I don't think it will.
Yep. I don't think it will.
Kind of stay away or maybe double think about it. But I agree with you. Everything. I think Urban Meyer is in and out, and I think the Broncos are going to come in and steamroll.
If it got to 7, I would do what we call buying points, and I'd bring it back down to 6 and lay a little bit more juice. So, but yeah, I'm with you, and I think if Jacksonville scores, I think it'll be towards the end of the game. I think the Broncos would probably be up like maybe 24-3 or something like that.
Yeah, 24-7.
Yeah, something like that. That Broncos defense is good. That Broncos team has a good roster. I like the Broncos a lot here. And this is a good game for you. Your home state Cardinals and the Vikings. 3.5 though at home. 3.5 at home.
Hey, I'm gonna do a little sprinkle. And if I see some tickets for maybe $100 or under $100, I'm going to the game.
Yeah, I won't blame you. This is Kyler Murray. What he did was incredible against the Titans. He literally was Madden. He literally had some Madden moments. The Cardinals. This is what I've been wanting to see from Cliff Kingsbury, an offensive guy with all these weapons. That offense was fun to watch. Hopkins scored 2 tutties. Kirk scored 2 tutties. They got Rondale Moore involved. Chase Edmonds is a pretty solid back. Kyler Murray's going to run for a tutty. You know that already. I love this offense. They got weapons galore. But pairing Chandler Jones with J.J. Watt may be the most underrated move of the whole offseason. Because if you have 2 home wreckers on your defensive ends, it doesn't matter who you play, you have a chance. Because defensive ends, Watt used to be notorious for that strip sack. Chandler Jones, known for that strip sack. I don't think we see 5 sacks.
No.
But Kirk Cousins does hold on to the ball. He's not mobile. I do think he gets sacked. And this is just a terrible spot for the Vikings. I lean the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals are legit. I think they're going to be a good team. And yeah, I like the Cardinals here at home. Home opener. There's going to be excitement. It's going to be loud. I like it. Yeah.
I love it. I like it. Guys, if you look at the Vikings defense last week, they got torched through the air by Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. What do you think Kyler Murray and these dogs are going to do? Rondale Moore could be the most underrated player who was drafted. You know what I mean? I think he was 3rd, maybe 2nd round. But Christian Kirk, Moore, A.J. Green, DeAndre Hopkins, you got Kyler Murray, Chase Edmonds, or
about A.J. Green.
A.J. Green, yeah. That offense is elite. And guys, there might not be 5 sacks from Chandler Jones alone, but I could almost guarantee you if there's a sack line that it's a total team sack for the Cardinals over 3, I'm taking it because that offensive line looked absolutely terrible against the Bengals. They made the Bengals defensive front look like the 1985 Bears. That was absolutely pitiful for the Vikings. Now, people are saying, oh, the run game's going to be there. The Cardinals stopped the Titans running game. I'm not sitting here saying that with Derrick Henry. I'm not sitting here saying the Cardinals aren't going to give up rushing yards. But like you said, Kirk Cousins isn't a mobile quarterback. His ass is going to be on the floor. I agree. Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt are going to be a very, very good combo this year. I have the Cardinals. I wrote it down. I have the Cardinals winning 31-21. I have the Cardinals winning 31-21, and that's a cover if it's -3.5. And I think that line is going to move down to 3. I really do. I think that line is going to move down to 3. That might be one of my official plays come Thursday, but I am totally all over the Cardinals.
If you get to go to the game, you have to. You have something to root for.
Oh yeah, they'll be.
that's what I love. Like you've seen those people who are like gone to the Nets games and all these places where sports betting is like legal and stuff like that, and they're betting. Like that's awesome. I like it. This game right here, the next game we move on from that game. This game on here, not touching it. So we will briefly talk about it. Tampa Bay 11.5-point favorite against the Falcons. Not touching it. I'm not looking at, because Tampa Bay could come out and go up, pretty big early, and then Matt Ryan get behind. They're going to be throwing the ball, backdoor cover. That's my biggest fear. 11.5. This is a weird line. I don't think I've ever seen 11.5 in an NFL game.
It was 12.5 early. It might have been moved down to 11.5.
So it went down, but there's nothing about this game that I want to even come close to. This is like a player props game for me.
Yeah, no, this is a player props game. Look at the over and under if you can. Guys, the Bucs are going to put up points. They're going to put up points. I'm going to say 28 minimum. If there's a team total for the Bucs and if it's at 27.5, I might take 28.
Hey, I'll let you know that real quick. I'm gonna check that.
Okay, check it. Yeah, I would take the 28. I could see 35, even 45. The Bucs put up 45 on them last year. What is it at?
32.5.
Yeah, no, no. Don't take that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they're going to score points, but I mean, at the minimum, I think it could be 28. But like you said, the backdoor cover is available here, and it's alive and well. I could see a 28-7, 28-10 game, and the Falcons score 2 late touchdowns and make it 28-21 or something like that, 28-24. But the Bucs are coming on a 10 days rest. The Falcons got embarrassed at home. This is a divisional game, so these guys know each other. The Bucs, you never know, guys. The Bucs can go out there and 45-0 them. It really, if you really think about it, they cut down on the turnovers. They don't turn the ball over. I mean, that Cowboys game is a lot.
Yeah, they're not going to turn the ball over.
They're not going to turn the ball over.
You're going to see different Bucs team. Yeah, I don't like this at all. So
I don't like it.
Obviously, we lean Bucs, but we're not going to touch this.
Yeah.
This game right here is very intriguing to me. I love this game. You got the home opener for the Chargers, and I tell you one thing, it's 2.5, which you love. If you love the favorite, you love the 2.5 at home. I tell you one thing right here. The total's 55.5. These teams can score. Dallas's defense is not too good. Chargers defense is just a little bit better. I might lean over here.
Maybe. Look up a team total for both.
It's fit. Yeah, let me look at that real quick. That's just an early lean. But I know Dak's going to be slinging it. So it's over 28.5 for the Chargers.
Damn.
And it's over 26.5 for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but we also need to know that the left tackle for the Cowboys is out. He got suspended for, I think, EPOs.
Gallup, Lael Collins.
Yeah, Collins. Gallup, he's gone. So they're missing some weapons definitely.
They still got plenty.
I really don't like this line. You know what I mean? It's a coin flip game in my opinion. The Chargers can come out and score a lot of points, or the Cowboys can come out and lay an egg. You just don't know. Or the Chargers can come out and lay an egg. You just don't know. I'm staying away from this. I really don't like the line. I might look at some props, alternate line, Dak Prescott's throwing, because guys, Dak Prescott's going to put up yards, and I would maybe look at that. But other than that, I'm staying away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like this game much either, but I'm gonna lean Cowboys here. I'm just gonna go with the dog. I know they're on the road, but something about this Cowboys team did impress me. They will win one of these big games. They will, because they're not playing Brady. They're playing Herbert. Herbert's good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not playing Brady. So I think they have a better chance if it came to like they go up and like the Chargers have to try and go win it. I think they have better chances there. I'm going to lean the Cowboys here. I hate the Cowboys. I don't ever like the Cowboys, but I think this game could easily be a shootout, and I lean over. Regardless of Gallup being out in the tackle. I just think these two offenses are going to be top 10 offenses this year. So this next game could get ugly, or it could be a shocker. You got Tennessee going to Seattle. Seattle opens up as a 5.5-point favorite. It's the first game in Seattle with fans back. That place is going to go bonkers. And I don't know if Tannehill and A.J. Brown and them boys, it might be bad. It might be another bad weekend for the AFC South where all four teams could lose.
They could
again.
easily lose. Colts can lose. Titans can lose. Jags are going to lose. And the Texans can lose. You're right. They could go 0-4 again.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well, no, the Texans won last week, so the Texans are the leader.
Yeah. So they'll be leading the division.
I lean the Seahawks here at home, and the typical Russ is going to cook for the first 6 weeks is going to happen, and I think DK is going to have a big game too because that secondary, DK and Lockett are going to get behind that Titan secondary, and I think the reason why I say I think DK is going to have a big game. He's playing the Titans. A.J. Brown, he was a teammate of A.J. Brown. A lot of people say A.J. Brown's better than DK, and I think DK is one of those guys that has a chip on his shoulder. And I think he goes bananas. And look to Russ to throw a bomb. But he's going to throw a bomb once in this game. I like the Seahawks covering the spread here. And I honestly might – this is crazy, but I'm feeling a little frisky. I would alternate spread this.
To 7 or 6.5?
I would let me see what I would do. I wouldn't go to 10.
What's the over?
I would go over under 53.5.
Okay.
I could hold on. I would let's see, where's it at? I would do that. Yeah, I would do this. Because it won't let you go up to 6 or 7 or whatever. 8.5. I would do 8.5. I would lay this 8.5.
I hear you, and it's all gonna.
I just don't believe in that Titans defense, man. They had nothing. They couldn't stop the Cardinals. What makes you think they're going to be able to stop the Seahawks, who have a good offense? And the Seahawks are at home, and it's just you have to lean Seahawks here. The Titans are a good team. Don't get me wrong. Just because they'll go 0-2 doesn't mean their season's done. But this is a tough game, and it's a long distance. You're going from Nashville to Seattle.
No, it's a long distance. Like I love this game. I love this game. I love the props. I love the alternate spreads. How is the Titans going to respond by getting their teeth kicked in last week, guys? Their coach ripped them. He ripped Julio Jones. He ripped them. Are they going to step up or are they going to wilt? Because the Seahawks defense isn't that elite, guys. It really isn't. So this could be a good get back game for the Titans offensively. They could put up some points. Now, the Titans defense is cheeks. The Seahawks will score points against this team. I will. What's the total points of the Seahawks? If you look that up, Russell Wilson.
I pulled up, yeah.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. I could see him throwing over 2.5 touchdowns. Ty Lockett, I can see get another time. Like you said, DK Metcalf.
Vegas thinks Seahawks are going to put up points too because it's minus 122 for the over 9.5, and then under is plus money
for the first half.
For home total points, or did you say team total, or were you talking about spread?
No, I was talking about how many points they have the Seahawks over under.
Seahawks 29.5.
Oh, that's they know, man. Vegas knows.
They know, and they're sharp with these lines. Yep. And like the reason, but here's the thing: they're forcing people to take this over because they have the under 29.5 at plus money. They have the over juice to minus 122.
Yeah, no, I'm leaning Seattle, and I love Seattle this week.
Yeah, I like Seattle too. What did you think about the Las Vegas versus Steelers game? You like Las Vegas? Las Vegas does play good early, but we talked about it. I think we just like the Steelers defense a little bit more, so we lean Steelers. So that was a question I had, so I was answering that. Next game we got, this game might be prop heaven though. You got if you're looking for props, that might be prop heaven game.
Yeah.
So next game, this is an easy game. You got the Sunday night football game, and it's the Chiefs versus the Baltimore. I know I said I don't like the 3.5 for a favorite, but Lamar Jackson has never beat Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes is incredible in September. The Chiefs are incredible in September. This game, you have to take the Chiefs here. I know that Baltimore is at home, but I'm pretty sure Baltimore was at home last year and Kansas City blew them out. So it's one of those, until it happens, you have to take the Chiefs here.
Taking the Chiefs, not even going to talk about it. The Ravens are not a good football team, in my opinion. I mean, they proved a lot to me last night. I said they weren't going to make the playoffs before the season started. I know a lot of injuries happened, and that does suck. That does suck. I'm just saying. But like you said, he doesn't beat Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is Lamar Jackson's daddy, and laying the 3.5. I mean, I could see this line, honestly. I don't know why it's not 5.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you like the Chiefs, you better go ahead. This is one of these lines, early lines, you might want to jump ahead on, because this line probably will go up.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs all day.
And then this is going to be a stinker. I can't believe this game. How did this game get the Monday Night Football game?
Well, I'll tell you right now, just looking at all the games that we have, I mean, you got the Cowboys Chargers could have been Monday night. Titans Seahawks could have been Monday night. Raiders Steelers could have been Monday night. I mean, you roll out
Cardinals
Lions,
Vikings
could have been. But you lay out Lions and Packers Monday Night Football, absolute garbage. Now I am interested in this line. What's it at now? I saw it at 10.5. Is it moved?
It's moved up to 11.5.
You know what? I don't mind the 11.5 because it's at Green Bay, or it's at Green Bay, right?
It's at Green Bay Monday night, and you know they're going to bounce back. You just know. Here's how we know. We've joked about Rodgers. If Rodgers comes out and lays an egg against the Lions, that's how you know he doesn't give a damn.
It's over. Year. It's over. They need to cut him or trade him right then and there. But I can see the Lions backdoor covering this right now for 11.5. Maybe it'll go up to 12. People are giving the Packers a little bit too much credit. I could see the Lions fighting and eating kneecaps all night and fighting.
Hey,
yeah, I could see 31. I could see the Packers getting 31 points and the Lions just sticking it out, and then at the end getting 21, 31-21. That's a cover.
Yeah, it is. Nothing about this game really intrigues me. Like, I probably honestly won't watch this game.
Barely.
Unless, I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch a Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah.
But there's nothing about this game that intrigues me. I might turn it on if, like, say the Lions somehow jump ahead 10-0. I want to see how the Packers respond.
Yeah.
But I think the Packers get out early on them. So I'm going to look at a first half spread, actually. 6.5. I think I like it. I think I do. I mean, it's the Green Bay at home. Lions defense wasn't good until, the end of the game last week. And I think Green Bay might be able to force Jared Goofball Goff into an interception. So that, I don't know. That's big, though, because it's 11.5 and 6.5. I don't know. It's still kind of tough. But nothing really about this game intrigues me because I could see the Packers, like you said, the Lions could be that team this year that backdoors covers everyone.
Yep.
They could, because the thing that was impressive about the Lions was they did not quit. Most of the time, if you're down that bad, you just kind of give up.
Yeah.
They did not quit, and that was wild. And so that's NFL. Do you have any college you looked at yet or leaning yet? Because I've looked at a few that I can just put out real quick.
I haven't looked at. Here, you give your leans and then I'll give you mine.
This is what I call not faith in my team. I'm leaning plus 6.5 Michigan State.
No, I'm gonna get on the teaser board and I'm gonna tease that to probably 11 maybe. I'm gonna tease that to maybe 11.
And here's the thing, Miami hasn't shown me anything, but if anything happens, Miami, I would be okay if I took Michigan State 6.5 and Miami comes out and drills them, because the thing that does lean in their favor, heat and humidity. Michigan's coming from Michigan to Florida. It's going to be tough. But it's one of these until Miami proves it. I like the 6.5 here for the underdog. Hold on. These lines, because there's so many college games, it'll take me a while to get to
No, another line that I
So
like in college, I got the over under Coastal Carolina versus Buffalo. I like the over 57.5. That's where I saw it at. I could easily see 35-25, 35-28
it's
kind of
still
game.
57.5.
57.5. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do a lot of teasers this week. I didn't do a lot of teasers last week, but I'm gonna tease some definitely some college games as well.
I'm gonna tell Guru Griff too because I've been shit with college this year. So let's see what he's done. I like this one. It's on the road. I know it's a lot. Alabama 15.5 against Florida. Just Florida's got a quarterback situation that I don't feel good about. They're playing two quarterbacks. I'm hearing reports that there's some there's some tension between
Yeah.
Mullen and the AD and the administration. It's at Florida's at the Swamp. The crowd's going to be electric. Saban's been here. You ride with Bama here. I love Wake Forest at home 4.5 against Florida State. Fade Florida State at all costs, especially after what I saw.
Yeah,
Against Jacksonville State. And then I'm probably going to take some big numbers this year. Ohio State 27.5 against Tulsa. I think they just got a bitter taste in their mouth. They come and smack them in the mouth. And then let's see. I don't really love this slate too much, but those are some of the games I'm looking at.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the best of slates. I've done my work.
I like Penn State at home. That Sunday night game, probably going to be a whiteout game against Auburn. 6.5. I like it. And then I'm gonna look into these more, obviously. And then BYU, a home dog against Arizona State. Arizona State's a pretty good team. BYU's got a quarterback again that looks fun and flashy. So there might be something there. 3.5-point dog. I kind of like that. And then I will take this one. Operation Fade Hawaii has gone into effect. San Jose State 6.5. Love it.
I love it too.
Well, guys, they won the Mountain West last year too. So
no, definitely. And closing remarks from the Guru Griff. Come Thursday, this show, we're telling you our leans, we're telling you opening lines, we're telling you these things. On Thursday, we're gonna have some official plays for you. I'm thinking about making 4 or 5 maybe official plays. I'm gonna make a teaser for you, and I'm gonna make a parlay for you. You wild animals love parlays. I'm gonna make up a parlay. I'm gonna make up a teaser. We're gonna have some plays. And it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna drop that on Thursday. We're gonna do our due diligence. You know what I mean? We're gonna do our work. We're gonna put in time. We put in the time, and we put our own money on this, guys. We put our own money on it, and it is what it is. Cheesy closing remarks.
Yeah, guys. I mean, this is fun. Football season's here. Week 2, though. Week 2 is going to be, out of all the years, is probably one of the tougher years to bet, or toughest weeks to bet. Just because a lot of people are probably going to overreact. These lines are starting to make more sense. But a lot of people like to overreact. Other than that, I think I'm gonna give out probably 3 to 4 NFL picks, maybe 2 college, and then I'll probably do a parlay. If I don't do a parlay or I don't do college, I'm gonna look at player props that I like and give those out.
We're gonna do all our work. We're gonna give them out to you guys. I'm a big
player prop guy.
Yeah, player props are very good. If you live in a state where it's legal, guys, we like to use DraftKings. We like to use FanDuel. FanDuel is my favorite because, I mean, dude, if you know anything about teasers, FanDuel lets you do a 14-point teaser, and that is insane.
They have the best teaser.
They have the best teaser because I looked at DraftKings and they only give you 7.
Last year they didn't have that. They changed the teasers. Yeah, last year they didn't have that at all because I was seeing some teaser plays out there in basketball when I first started getting into betting, and I couldn't get that number. And so I was like, I can't, obviously tell this or whatever. But I love FanDuel's teaser. I'm going to do – so FanDuel's my favorite for, same-game parlays and stuff like that. They obviously, when it comes to same-game parlays, they have the best odds and stuff like that. I don't know. I've heard I might be doing a lot of my straights on Barstool just because I love Dave Portnoy and I love Barstool Sports. But right now my bankroll is in FanDuel, so I'll be doing a lot of FanDuel because a lot of times you can get better numbers as far as the value. So the Cardinals is minus 120 right now for minus 3.5. Barstool, it could be minus like 115. I will jump on the minus 115 over than that. So it might be better for straights, but when it comes to your same game parlays, FanDuel does offer the most, though, because I was checking out through all the books. FanDuel, I'm a soccer bettor. They offer WinCast. DraftKings offers WinCast, but Barstool doesn't offer that. And I bet MGM offers it, but usually FanDuel is good for WinCast and stuff like that. They just tend to offer more. And that's where my bankroll's at right now. So I like it. But if you live in a state, and then if you don't live in a state where it's legal, there's all kinds of, I think BetUS is like the one that's legal in all 50 states. What did you use for your offshore book? Was it Bovada or was it?
Yeah, it was Bovada. You know, you could use Bovada. You could use but it just really sucks if you're not in a state where it allows it.
But it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow. We're seeing it. So.
Yeah.